This is the Yankees POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Yankees. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, Yanks finally register a sweep. It's been a while, over a month. Yanks beat the Cardinals today, 8-4. They sweep the three-game series from St. Louis. Couple that with a sweep by the Braves over the Guardians, and just like that, some breathing room in the final wild card spot in the American League. Yanks now up 3.5 on the Guardians. Meanwhile, the Red Sox also lose. They fall to the Marlins. So the Yanks pick up a game on Boston as well. All in all, a pretty good day for New York. Again, 8-4, the final score. Hello, everybody. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. Glad to have you aboard. Please follow me on X as well, at Jay Berman. That's JayBerman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees postcast, both on the Locked On Yankees YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. The postcast gives you a place to chat after every game. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Football season is right around the corner. Visit the FanDuel app today. Start planning your future bets right now. And we are off and running.
This is what you'll be talking about.
It was hot in St. Louis all 3 days. It was sticky. These were slow games, not a lot of juice until the ninth inning today when some shoddy St. Louis defense, specifically the second baseman, Thomas Saggese, and what a beginning to that top of the ninth inning for the Yanks it was. As we said, they win 8-4. It was 4-4 into the ninth when, on 2 pitches, the Yanks had a runner on third and nobody out. Jose Caballero, who played today, or at least started today for Anthony Volpe, reached on an error. So he goes to second base on the first pitch after an error from Saggese at second base. Next pitch, wild pitch to the backstop. To third base goes Caballero, and obviously the rest was history. Yanks would score 4 times in the ninth, turn a 4-4 game into 8-4, and then, of course, Luke Weaver, who's been lights out of late. Weaver notches the win. He gets the final 5 outs on just 18 pitches. We'll get to the bullpen coming up. Real feel on the field today to start 109. It was 94 degrees at first pitch on the field, according to, yes, 109 was the real feel. So again, the Yanks do something they haven't done in really over a month, and that's sweep away a team. The Yanks have now won back-to-back series for the first time since late May. We're almost in late August. That's 3 full months without back-to-back series wins, but we can now erase that from the board because the Yankees finally do it. As we said, their last sweep, early July versus Seattle. So it's been, as we said, nearly 6 weeks since the Yanks last swept a series. And considering they're still 10 games above 500 and still in a playoff spot, that's pretty remarkable. Now, as for the pitching, we'll start with Will Warren. Warren goes the first 4 2/3, as you can tell, or could tell. The conditions were not ripe for really anybody to succeed in overdrive. Warren, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 3 Ks. Now, he threw 95 pitches, and believe it or not, they went to Devin Williams in the 5th inning. Now, he would get out of the jam after walking a batter, but again, Devin Williams in the 5th inning. Now, we know about the struggles of Devin Williams and how he's essentially worked backwards. Started in the 9th, then to the 8th, to the 7th, and now even the 5th and 6th inning. Look out for Camilo Doval. Not suggesting there are more rough stretches for him coming, but things have not been going well. He gives up a run again. He gets 4 outs. He goes an inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 earned, 1 K, 1 home run. And obviously, that home run came in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it gave the St. Louis Cardinals the lead. As for Duvall, 4 out of 8 games pitching for the Yankees this season, he's allowed at least 1 run. So again, this was one of those trades that Brian Cashman made late on July 31st. It was one of the last trades made. We all figured, well, best bullpen in the game. Well, Camilo Duvall has struggled in a Yankee uniform. As we said, 4 out of 8 games that he has pitched in a Yankees uniform, he has allowed at least 1 run. Now, the same cannot be said for Luke Weaver, who is as good as it gets. Now, it seems like it's been a roller coaster all season long for just about every Yankee reliever. Weaver, not to be left out. He gets the final 5 outs, an inning and 2/3, walked 1, struck out 1, 18 pitches. He earns the win. And again, 8 consecutive scoreless appearances for Luke Weaver. As good as Duvall, as bad as Duvall has been, that's as good as Luke Weaver's been. Tim Hill was also solid, needed 9 pitches to get 3 outs. He pitched the 7th inning. And again, the Yankees go on to win 8-4. They're 67 and 57. As we said, Red Sox lose a heartbreaker to the Marlins. So they're now just a half game up on the Yankees for the second wild card spot, and obviously second place in the division. The Yankees, as we said, sweep a series for the first time since early July. Folks, we are now in mid-August. Really amazing stuff. All right, Paul Goldschmidt returned, finally get some playing time against his former team, and wouldn't you know it, he goes 3 for 5. He's now hitting 280. He's been right around 280 for pretty much most of the season. The offense wasn't exactly murderer's row today, but it did get the job done. 3 hits for Goldschmidt, 2 for Jason Dominguez. And speaking of Dominguez, he's got an RBI in 3 straight games, back-to-back multi-hit games. Perhaps he's back. Now, what that proves is that Aaron Boone has a playing time problem. Giancarlo Stanton did not play the right field in any of these 3 games in St. Louis. And of course, Yanks get away with it because they win all 3 games, admittedly against a lesser opponent in the 61 and 64 St. Louis Cardinals. However, Goldschmidt returns, gets 3 hits in his return, and he paces the offense. The only other Yankee with more than 1 hit was Jason Dominguez. As we said, back-to-back multi-hit games for him. Now, at the top of the lineup, Trent Grisham goes 0 for 4. However, they talked about this at the top of the broadcast. Grisham, who's now hitting 247, 4th in the American League amongst all outfielders in OPS. That's the kind of year he's having. His on base is 352. His slugging is 451. And remember, folks, it's likely he was brought in, regardless of what the Yankees want to tell you now, it's likely he was brought in to be a 4th outfielder. And obviously things have worked out to where he is a key outfielder, not a 4th outfielder. So again, Trent Grisham has been so good. Now, the Yankees did a lot of damage in the first 2 games using the long ball and extra base hits and such. Not so much today. However, steals again a huge part of the series. Yanks steal 9 bases in 3 games, which is just an amazing number, especially considering they scored 8 runs today and 12 runs yesterday. Usually not a recipe for stealing bases, but it has been effective for the Yankees, specifically in St. Louis. Again, they stole 9 bases this series. Really amazing stuff. And for what it's worth, Yanks were 4 of 16 with runners in scoring position. Jazz had a pair of stolen bases today. Again, 9 steals in the series. All right, we do have some updates on relief pitchers. All good news, I promise. No more bad news. Only good news in regards to relievers. We'll get to that coming up next. All right, this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football predictions into real rewards. Preseason is already heating up, and college football isn't far behind. It's the perfect time to lock in your season-long, more or less picks for the 2025 football season. all before week 1 kicks off. Whether you've got your eye on big name quarterbacks or breakout running backs, Prize Picks makes it easy to get in the game. I've used Prize Picks for a few seasons now and love how simple it is. I can get a lineup in before my coffee finishes brewing. Preseason picks help me get a feel for just how the year could go. It's like a fun warm-up for the full season. The flex play option is a total game changer. Even when one of your picks misses, you still doubled my money. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, and up next, August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. So take a flyer on the MVP race. How about Josh Allen? Crown your champion in August. How about those Buffalo Bills? Or parlay your division winner dark horses. Visit the FanDuel app today. Start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. All right, we are back. It's your favorite time of the show, folks.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Initially, the thought was Paul Goldschmidt. In his return to St. Louis, goes 3 for 5, leads the offense. However, without Luke Weaver, where would the Yankees be? Weaver again was dynamic. As we said, 8 straight scoreless appearances for the righty reliever. He goes an inning and 2/3, does not allow a run, walks 1, strikes out 1 through just 18 pitches to get those 5 outs. Luke Weaver is your pitcher player of the game. Now, as for the relief pitchers that we mentioned, Jonathan Loaisiga, his first rehab assignment at AAA Scranton, 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, 16 pitches, looks pretty good. Fernando Cruz, also a rehab assignment at AAA Scranton, his second outing, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 20 pitches, not as good. But again, it's not about the results when you're dealing with rehabs. Again, Loaisiga an inning, Fernando Cruz an inning, 16 pitches for Loaisiga, 20 for Cruz. Both came out healthy, which obviously is a huge key. And again, the Yankees looking forward to getting both those relievers back. It's a good problem to have. The problem is there'll be guys on the short end of the stick when Loaisiga and Cruz come back. Yanks are off Monday. That is huge. Get everybody a well-rested night's sleep, or at least 2. And then a very interesting stretch. The Yanks will play 2 in Tampa at Steinbrenner Field against the Rays. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. Rodon, Boz on Tuesday, Schlittler, Rasmussen on Wednesday. Then a huge, and I mean huge, 4-game series beginning on Thursday, in the Bronx with the Red Sox. As we said, the Red Sox lost to the Marlins today in excruciating fashion. Thank you very much. So the Yanks pick up a game on the Red Sox, and obviously they picked up 3 on the Gardos, who were swept by the Braves. By the way, it gets no easier for the Guardians. They're next out west to face the Diamondbacks in Arizona. So again, a huge, huge weekend for the Yankees. They sweep the Cardinals for 3. They watch the Braves sweep the Guardians in 3. Yanks, when this series started, had a half-game lead on the final wild card spot over the Guardians. It's now to 3.5. And the Yanks are in striking distance from Boston as well. So again, 4 with Boston after the 2 with Tampa, then 3 with Washington. So again, an easy stretch of the schedule. After Tampa and Boston, it's Washington and the White Sox before it's Houston and Toronto and Detroit. So again, it's a roller coaster back and forth with the schedule. Again, Yanks win at 8-4. They're 67 and 57. And again, they're 3.5 up on the Guardians for the final wild card spot in the American League. Thanks for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also want to mention our partners in crime at Locked On Yankees, Stacey Katsoulias and Brian McKeon. They're the best, so follow, subscribe, and enjoy. Again, the Yanks sweep the Cardinals 8-4. Yanks plate 4 runs in the 9th inning. They steal 9 bases in the series. They sweep a team for the first time since early July. They've won back-to-back series for the first time since late May. It's been 3 months, which is just amazing. Again, off on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tampa, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Red Sox. It's been fun. And of course, we'll see you after every game. Have a great night.